But you guys didn't always start there, right? Like there was a Firefly that was a little baby infant that started in what, 10, 15 years ago?
Yeah, so it was in. I was working for CBS Television, the affiliate here, and I was kind of doing the digital stuff. And I was seeing the writing on the wall then, just because I was kind of in it, and I was always kind of the nerd there that would hang out like in the server room and stuff. And first iPhone, I was that dude, that kind of thing. And you just kind of saw where it was going, and so I started out in my basement. I won't put you through all that whole story, but and then 2 years after that, well, during that time, I got paired up with a guy named John Corthwaite. He was the webmaster at Carillion. So we got to kind of do some stuff together. It was more freelance stuff, but it was like, and then he introduced me to another fellow named Matt Sams, and so then the three of us got going, and we kind of broke ground down in the Grandin Village to what I guess became the collab, and that's really kind of the beginning of everything. But our entire focus was stupid. Like we really did not have a direction other than we were trying to escape corporate jobs. And
Really?
yeah,
Okay.
but we wanted to make websites, and that was kind of about it. We
Okay.
didn't think much more past that. Um, and it wasn't until, a few years later, then Matt started bringing in the concept of content marketing before it was even a thing, to his credit. And then that kind of started us going down a whole interesting new path. And so, yeah, just over the years, it just kind of elevated and kind of grew.
Okay, so you guys started out like, all right, we want to escape corporate. We want to build some websites. So you didn't start out with like, this is what we exactly want to do. This is what we're going to be. This is who we're going to go after. It was like, let's just get out of the corporate element.
No, I mean, we had a business plan, or I did, but it wasn't anything other than just like this will make money, and or this is your margin, and this is the looking at the landscape here at the time, there wasn't really a whole lot of agencies doing what we were doing.
Okay.
So that was kind of the vacuum we were wanting to fill quickly because we knew that the world was coming in behind us with some more digital stuff. So we were like, okay. And it was kind of funny. We actually planted our flag. It was so cheesy looking back on it, but we said we're Roanoke's first digital agency, and it just caused. It was interesting. We literally, I'm not making this up. We got hate mail from some anonymous agencies. I'm not kidding you. And it's like, you are not the first digital agency. We were here doing this way before. And it was just, we loved it. We were like, oh, this is great. We're like disrupting things. So let's keep pouring gas on that.
I mean, that means you were definitely catching attention. That's for sure. Which is part of just being new, right? Is trying
hmm
to catch attention. So, all right. So you all three escaped corporate. So how did you find your first clients then? If you said you were kind of unique in the Roanoke area doing what you were doing, right?
Yeah, and I really mean this. A lot of this is just luck and timing. So when we first kind of came out of the gate, you got to go back in time. The only people that were on Facebook were college students.
Okay.
Right? Not a lot of businesses. Um, and on top of that, we kind of had this almost scrappy, almost arrogant, thumb your nose up at the way things were. Again, the world has changed now a lot, but you got to go back in time. Like I went
Mhm.
from really wearing a suit to work in the old days to now all of a sudden, if I want to come in shorts and have a beer at 3 o'clock and whatever, looking back on it, it's totally irresponsible. But like, we were just those dudes. And believe it or not, why I say we were lucky is we started getting media attention. And it was so silly because we were just three, at this point, we're like 3 to 5 people. And it wasn't that unique, but the culture was what was interesting because we were saying, like, again, now we hear it all over the place, but we were like one of the very first places in the region to say unlimited vacation.
Wow. Okay.
Right. So, we had literally had stories done on us from like some of the news stations, and like Virginia Business put an article out on us. Um, and and then like social media was so new, you could put this stuff out there, and Facebook wasn't throttling you back then because they wanted to grow their audience. So it was like just a license to print info. We just constantly like, oh, and it was silly because we would put the stupidest things on like Facebook, like everything from us like bowling water bottles over to, at one point there was this one Photoshop thing of like an Imperial Walker coming down Grandin Avenue in a snowstorm, and no context to drive the business back to us. It was just, we think this is funny here, Facebook. This is from Firefly. And that, ironically, in a back end way, became our brand.
Oh my gosh.
You know, it's
I
like,
did not.
yeah, so like we weren't promoting what we do, we were just promoting who we were.